morning, everyone. Happy Monday, happy Sunday, I guess, for North America. Europe, I think it's still middle of the night over there. But yeah, happy Monday. Welcome to our next community AMA. My name is Marty, also known as Alcatraz. I am the lead designer at Raini Studios, primarily focusing on our flagship title, The Lords of Light. How you doing this morning, Ray?
Yes, good, thank you. Can you hear
Still
me?
can't get. Yeah, I can hear you, man. I still can't get
Yep.
my head
Okay.
around that name. Like, yeah. It's always
What?
weird when you know someone online and then you actually find out what their real name is. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Just wait till you see me, mate. You'll be
I mean
shocked.
that's I would say like that could be like a cool thing for a like a community incentive or something like that if we want to get on that road. I'm gonna be super rude to everyone. I'm
Talk
gonna drink
trainers.
coffee while we talk this morning because
No, mate, that's good.
It's Monday morning and yeah.
I'm always drinking. You just can't see me.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, yeah, a little bit earlier in the week for this AMA. Obviously, pretty big week for us with the Tempest drop hitting tomorrow. Yeah, just basically 24 hours from now, or just under 24 hours, I guess, will be Tempest. So the next set of collectible cards and bundles available for the community. And obviously, those cards will let you play the Lords of Light, but also will enable you to earn rewards in a bunch of different ways there as well. Well, I got to ask, Draz. I'm going to go back to Draz because it's weird.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Yeah, that's
what Tempest cards are you hoping to crack tomorrow?
all of them.
I mean, that's the Seb answer, man. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
well, that's my answer too, actually, mate.
yeah, cool.
I'm not as big a collector as Seb, but I'm certainly a collector. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think, well, I've got all my, I got a few wallets, I suppose, lined up, ready to go. So it's just the timings of things. Obviously, in the old days, it was hard to get them. Just hoping that there's enough to switch and grab.
yeah. So I mean, at least with the Rainbow and Unicorn packs, there'll be a 5-pack limit for the first hour on those per wallet, obviously. So hopefully those will get spread out across the community. We did some number crunching looking at everyone who's converted their rainbows and unicorns across to the Rainiverse,
Okay.
and I think for both rainbow packs and unicorn packs, about 60% of people who have converted over should be eligible at the prices, and like they should have enough to at least pick up some packs.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully, yeah, a lot of community members will get their hands on those. And then obviously, yeah, you've got the usual packs of like collector packs, and of course the Super Chad bundles this time around as well.
Yes. Are they specific to a chain, the Super Chads, or you purchase them the same way you purchase the others, or yet just
So yeah,
no?
good,
They are
really good
specific.
question actually. Yeah, so they are specific. So both collector pack and the Super Chad bundles, there's a fixed allocation per chain. The allocation will be significantly less compared to what we did for Seven Deadly Sins, especially on the collector pack front. So because obviously we're allocating a lot more of this set to Rainbow and Unicorn packs, but there'll be 50 collector packs per chain. So ETH, BNB, and Avalanche. Excuse me, and 10 Super Chad bundles per chain as well. We're not putting a wallet limit on the collector packs, but there will be a one bundle limit per wallet per chain for the first hour as well. So if someone does want to go hard on the bundles, you could theoretically grab 3 straight away, but you'd be grabbing a one on ETH, one on BNB, one on Avalanche.
Yeah,
And then
right.
obviously after the hour, we'll remove the limit, and from that point, all bets are off, and we'll see how they go. But yeah, should be a lot of fun. And
So
yeah, oh sorry.
no, I was to say in these packs, there's 21 unique cards. Is that all of them that are
Well,
combined in these? And because they're all the commons and uncommons, obviously, are not in this drop. It's just the rares and upwards.
I think it was
Uh,
21. Let me
so
double check what the
you got 20 or
uh,
21, I think, something like that. The mythics and
1, 2, 3,
legendaries and
4, 5,
rares.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 21. Yep. Yeah, so the 2 mythics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 legendaries, and the 10 rares in there.
Yeah, right.
If you keep an eye on the Rainy Studios Twitter, you'll see that we're doing a bit of a countdown celebration for Tempest. We're
Yeah.
actually revealing all of the the cards over the next. Well, we did it over 36 hours basically. But yeah, the yellow just went out with all the new art, and yeah,
Yep.
you said too the actual set symbol for Tempest with the sort of leaves behind it. Leaves being, I guess, as our art director put it, a symbolic representation of seasons.
Yep.
And yeah, so that'll be the set. You'll see that symbol now on all Tempest cards moving forward, both in game and on the NFTs. And then yeah, we're going to go back at some point when we have a chance and put symbols for all of the other sets. So we'll make sure 7DS, Genesis, all have their symbols on there as well. It's a really good way just to sort of visually show what set a card is from, and it should make it a bit easier for players who are looking to collect cards to be able to jump in and yeah, know where a card is from basically, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, definitely.
Yeah. So for this morning, don't really have a crazy agenda. We obviously had a big AMA last week where we answered a lot of questions. I was just actually going to I'm going to play the trailer again because the trailer looks awesome. We'll quickly walk through the last two mediums just to make sure everyone's fully across everything that's happening tomorrow. We'll answer some questions and we'll drink some coffee. How's that sound for a Monday morning?
Very civilized.
Yeah.
Nice. It's an energy-packed trailer, that one.
Yeah, I was really happy with how that came out. Yeah, huge shout out to the team that helped put that all together.
Yeah.
They were a bit iffy on the music choice. So I picked that track out because I wanted something really like just upbeat and a little bit different. A lot of our tracks usually lean more towards like the fantasy or the mythic sort of sound.
Yes.
So yeah, we just wanted to do that just a little bit different. But yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so obviously we've had two mediums come out relatively close to each other. We had the Web3 Rainiomics focus one that was obviously late in June, and then we had the other one that came out. I think it was about a week after we sort of did that. But yeah, a lot of alpha, I guess, getting dropped. We had our Chubbyverse tournament. All those videos are actually up now on our YouTube channel, including the finals. So a big shout out to one of our community members, Jody, who helps us edit those down and get them uploaded for everyone.
Nice. Thank you, Jody.
Yeah. Those prizes. We had some issues with the data coming back from Bloomint, but they'll all get sent out this week. Some of their data was like doubling up on some players. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that's 100% correct. We didn't want to like send out double prizes to some people and not send prizes to others. So yeah, that will all get sorted.
So basically, just all the prizes up to date for all the tournaments and all the drops and all that sort of stuff will be out. This week sometime.
Yeah. It may not be like today or tomorrow because obviously our focus at the moment is making sure the mint goes really smooth. But say Wednesday, for example, like I said, it's on my list of things to do just to basically make sure that all of our prizes are 100% caught up. Obviously, really important when the game is not far off, and people obviously want to use their cards to play in the game.
Yeah, indeed.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning. How are you all doing?
Morning, Chris.
Yeah, good man. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Happy Monday morning.
Yes.
Yeah, nice early AMA to kick off the week. We're just we're going through the last two mediums, then we're just going to jump into some questions from the community.
Sounds good.
So yeah, we had 3XP, which is a load of fun. Got to show the game off, not only to like influencers and members of the Web3 community, but obviously there were a lot of really interesting business connections at that conference as well. Some of which we may have dropped some info about in Telegram. Others are obviously still work in progress.
You put out a tweet, I think, Marty, at one point there that said you got to meet the GOAT. I don't know who that was.
Oh, that was Closer. Yeah, that was the closer who is the jungler for 100 Thieves. So yeah, in my personal opinion,
Yeah,
one of the greatest League of Legends player. Oh, yeah, Twitter's
that's all right.
gone. Yeah, Twitter's done its thing, hasn't it?
No.
Shout outs to Elon for blocking people using social media. Yeah, no, like yeah,
Ah,
closer, arguably one of the greatest junglers in not even just LCS in League of Legends history. But yeah, it was an absolute delight having the opportunity to meet him in person, which was really cool.
nice.
And I mean
Excellent.
that whole night was kind of crazy. We were over there as guests of A16Z Gaming,
Yep.
and yeah, rocked up, had some food and drinks, catching up with some people. They had like a pretty good DJ doing his thing. Finished with like the Pokemon theme and stuff like that, which was really cool. And then they're like, oh, by the way, here's Zed, uh, and yeah, Zed came out and did a full set as well. So that was yeah, kind of a ridiculous night. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, definitely a very interesting evening.
Mm.
But yeah, obviously Tempest is yeah the big set that what is that? Yeah, it's obviously dropping in terms of the collectible cards tomorrow. Obviously, all of our players who've been assisting us through alpha and beta are well aware of these cards. They're very well aware of the power level. Both Rainbow Lotus and Aurora, I think, are going to be like meta and tournament staples for a very long time to come. Both very very powerful effects, and even then, just some of the other cards like Kitsune is in Tempest. I think we've all seen what happens when Huncho decides he wants to play with Kitsune. Some of the most well-known legendaries are definitely in that set that see a lot of play. Like what's in there? Blaze Dog, Rugzillo, Cronje, uh, all see like a lot of play. Regulate, probably one of the staple rares for anyone who's even splashing orange in a deck. Cold storage is a must-have if you're playing blue. Nifty and Black Swan, so the purple, like the one of the things I really love about Tempest, like the mythics are ridiculous. There's a lot of like staple legendaries, but you look at the list of rares, and just to read out the list, like they're in the if you like, you'll see them in this little animation here. Oni in red gets played a lot in overkill decks.
Mm.
Regulate, one of the best spells in the game in orange there. Airdrop, God, that's a staple in every control, every sort of combo deck. Like as far as I'm aware, the lists I've seen recently for the gratitude like one hit kill deck, literally just run yellow to have airdrop. It's that powerful of a card. Capre and Turtle Warrior. Turtle Warrior sees a lot of play there as well. We had to nerf that a while back because it was too strong. It's potentially still at that top end of the power curve. Cold storage. I don't think I've ever seen a mono blue deck that doesn't run cold storage. It's just such a ridiculous ability,
Yeah.
especially for 3 gems. Like that's yeah. Uh, Kitsune, Wyvern, like Kitsune by far one of the staple like combo pieces if you're leaning into that like well, especially I don't know if all the players have realized yet, but we track like what decks are being played in like matchmaking and stuff like that. There's like a mono pink deck that I'm starting to see pop up a little bit more there that focuses very heavily on like Kitsune, and that's been having some pretty good success there as well. And then in purple, like Black Swan, one of the best removal spells or minions, I should say, in the game. Can have like such a swing on the board. Nifty, ridiculously powerful. Like it's the rares in this set.
Mm.
There are a lot of must-have rares, I would say. So yeah, definitely a very fun little set there for people to get their hands on. Um, yeah, your rarities are all there. So obviously with if you compare this, if you go back to the old mediums for 7DS, you sort of compare against the two. You'll notice that obviously the mythic drop rates are a little higher. There's 2 mythics in this set, so obviously you're going to have more chance of hitting a mythic in comparison to other cards. But obviously, yeah, like if you are mythic hunting, the collector packs are obviously where you want to be at, like with a 13% chance of hitting a mythic, which is pretty solid, especially when you look at the floor prices of the mythics at the moment. And then, yeah, the Super Chad bundles, we went kind of stupid. So 20 packs for the price of 15 with a mythic, at least one mythic guaranteed. Um, I will just clarify that because I know there was a little bit of confusion back when we did 7DS and had the bundles in there for the first time as well. With the bundles, when we say like a mythic guaranteed, what that basically means is when you get your 20 packs, if you open the first 19 and somehow missed a mythic, which even that would be pretty hard to do considering like it's a 13% drop rate, so that's slightly better than 1 in 10. If somehow you opened 19 packs and RNG was not on your side and you missed, then obviously, yeah, you are guaranteed to hit one in that 20th pack. But yeah, you theoretically could hit more than one mythic. There is obviously a incredibly slim chance you could hit 2 mythics in the one pack. I don't think Chris, I don't remember seeing anyone do that in 7DS. I don't like the odds would be insane for that.
I'm pretty sure Seb opened 2 mythics in his collector bundle, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the Chad pack, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I mean, like in a single
but not
pack.
in the same
no.
pack necessarily.
Not in an individual collector pack, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty rare.
If someone cracks a pack with 2 mythics, please screenshot it and send it to us because I'd love to see that.
How do you randomize that when you put the packs together? How does that randomness work?
Our back-end team works their magic for all that. So we literally just send them. We say, hey, these are the cards, these are the packs, like these are the allocation. As far as I'm aware, the way they do it is they allocate a certain number of each rarity to the packs, which is where we get the actual like percentages from. And then the packs are then just fully randomized from that point forward. So
they get sort of all built and they're a package before everything, and then you just get whichever one comes out, sort of thing.
Yeah, each obviously like pack or each bundle will contain 20 packs. Each pack itself has like an ID, and on the back end, our system randomizes like, okay, ID like pack number 20 is going to contain like these 3 cards. We do it that way because it's like theoretically, someone could choose to buy a pack and transfer it before they crack it. We've got to obviously track where that pack goes to make sure it's the same pack everywhere. And then obviously, probably more relevant to our collectors on Ethereum than the other chains, you can obviously like soft open the packs as well to see what's in there without fully cracking it. But yeah, so all up, yeah, there's 900 rainbow, 900 unicorn packs in total. So there will be some raffles and auctions kicking off tomorrow as well. So for anyone who wants to, I guess, get their gamble on, or doesn't potentially want to spend all of their rainbows and unicorns on packs directly, we've obviously got those there available. There'll be 100 packs, 100 of each pack for each of them, so 200 total rainbow and unicorn packs, and then the other 700 of each will just be available for general sale. And then 750 collector packs available for sale across bundles and just packs for sale. And 116 packs we're holding in the treasury for promotions, giveaways, all that sort of good stuff. Very similar to what we did obviously for 7DS. And then obviously the question of why do you want packs? Well, it's really easy. You want packs for rewards. And as we pointed out in the mediums, that we're doing a few different ways that players can earn rewards by owning collectible cards. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying NFTs myself. You obviously be able to stake them and just earn passive rewards based on the card, its rarity, and how much that card sees play during that calendar month. And then when you do stake it, you'll get a faded card, which you can then use for, or just play directly with the main card if you, for some reason, didn't want to stake it. And then, obviously the tier 2, the active rewards will reward people who actively play and win with certain cards there as well. And then, obviously the tier 3, as I mentioned on Telegram, these are not ranked in any way. This is not an indication of how many rewards will be going to each one. It's just 1, 2, 3. I was working my way down the page basically. I should have gone ABC maybe. And we're going to have a bunch of leaderboards that basically will give out on-chain rewards for your basically how well you do play in the game. So trying to reward people for playing as well as for collecting and using their collected cards. And then we added some stuff there as well, just how the Raini token fits into the whole ecosystem there as well. And Chris, as obviously we mentioned a bit on Telegram and in last week's AMA, the Raini token will always be the center of the Rainiverse, to think of it that way. But yeah, that was the second last medium that we did. So a lot of really good info in there. Some really good info right there too, actually. And then yeah, that's like a link or something. Yeah, interesting.
Everyone listening?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they know this. We'll see if they know this. I'll reveal it next week, but if they're not paying attention, that's their problem, not mine. And then yeah, obviously we dropped the specific Tempest medium last week. I may have gone a little heavy on the gifts on this one. Someone actually noticed that we actually got the cost wrong on the Rainbow Lotus. So I've got to go through and fix that up. Rainbow Lotus will be 2 Rainbow Gems. Obviously, we're not planning on changing that. It is a very powerful card at that cost, but we're not looking to actually increase the price. Yeah, so basically same info, looking at all the different cards. Obviously, this will be the NFT artwork there. That will go live on the drop page today, and the drop page itself will go live, obviously, with plenty of time. We're testing that on the testnet now at the moment. Yeah, rainbow packs will be 2,000 rainbows each with a 5-pack limit. There'll be 100 packs allocated to raffles, which will be 100 rainbows each. Similar for unicorns, just divide everything by 10, so still the same number of packs, but 200 unicorns and 10 unicorns for the raffles. There will be auctions for both, kicking off at the same time. Same as 7DS, they'll run for 8-hour periods. So people that want to get involved in those auctions, if you are potentially a rainbow or unicorn whale, obviously there's a good chance to pick up some packs there as well. As we mentioned earlier, Draz, so yeah, 50 packs across the 3 chains for collector packs, and then 10 bundles across the 3. As you can see from the allocations, once they're gone, they're gone. Like, there are no other packs for us to allocate. We're not allocating the 116 that we've got set aside in the treasury. We've got them locked up for like tournament prizes and other incentives and rewards. So yeah, pretty much, especially the bundles, they we saw with 7DS, they literally flew out the door within seconds. So if you are looking to pick up some of those bundles, I'd be online in 24 hours basically, if possible. Unlike 7DS, which had 17 packs for the price of 15, we've went up to 20 for this one, Mythic guaranteed. And the good thing there, 20 packs, like mathematically, you should be hitting roughly 2 Mythics across 20 packs. So, or in collector packs, definitely. So potentially, yeah, you could hit both the Aurora and the Rainbow Lotus in one of those bundles, which would be pretty cool. We had like a launch promo where basically, yeah, there's a tweet there. If you go and like, comment, and retweet it, you'll go in the draw for a Rainbow Lotus, which would be pretty cool. We're also doing a giveaway for every pack that you buy. You'll go in the draw for in the first 24 hours. You go in the draw for an Aurora NFT. With the bundles, they count as 20 packs, so you get 20 entries in the draw. So not only are you guaranteed a mythic from that, you've got a chance, or a pretty good chance, in the draw there for an Aurora. And then yeah, like, comments, retweet, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that. I don't know, social media is confusing for that tweet, and you go in the draw. Plus, if you DM the hidden password to us on Twitter, we'll double your total entries there as well. And just the usual sort of boilerplate, like, if it's super obvious that it's a fake Twitter account, or it's been botted, or it's only been created like in the last 24 hours, or it doesn't follow us, you'll be excluded from the draw. So yeah, anyone with a real Twitter account, that doesn't apply to you, basically. We're doing a discount for the first 24 hours, so collector packs will actually be 0.09 ETH, or the on-chain equivalent. Super chat bundles will be 1.35, or their on-chain equivalent. So that's kind of stupid. Maybe we should have done. Maybe we just actually. Do we just take that out, Chris? We just won't do it. Is that cool? We'll just cut that.
Man. Locked in. Yeah.
Yeah. You reckon anyone will notice, Draz? We just take that out. I can just edit it. Yeah, I can just edit. Yeah.
Oh, you can right there on the fly.
Yeah, I even did it in bold too. That was dumb.
Power.
But yeah, 1.35 for a super chat bundle.
20 packs guaranteed mythic.
20 packs guaranteed mythic. 20 entries in the draw for the Aurora. If you could figure out what the password is, then you've got 6 entries in the draw for the Rainbow Lotus. It's kind of it's nice. There you go. It's nice.
It's very fair.
And then yeah, we had our card creator contest winners. So back in the day, God, I had a full head of hair back when this started. We ran a contest to help us come up with ideas for cards for what is now known as Tempest. We had a bunch of entries in that. So we went through and picked out the ones that actually did influence certain cards in one way, shape, or form. And yeah, 19 community members will be receiving 70S collector packs for that. So we'll be sending those out. Again, they'll be going out this week. But yeah, congratulations to everyone there. We are going to send, if you did send through ideas that led to multiple cards, you will get multiple packs. So I think we're doing 25 packs in total.
Yep.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, Jay Rising, there's a few names I recognize. Jay Rising obviously being one of our community members, one of the mods, yeah. So yeah, if you're after any 70S packs, just go hit him up. He'll have a few spare.
It's definitely a community-made set. This one, isn't it? Really, there's a lot of it's like, came from that. A lot of the cards came from.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you keep in mind that the set itself is 49 cards, if you include the commons and uncommons, I mean, there's 19, or 25.
25 there, yeah.
So
at least took some inspiration from, there was some good ideas there. So good job, community.
Awesome.
And yeah, that was pretty much, so yeah, 2 big mediums. So yeah, and obviously we had that big AMA last week as well. We just went through some of the other details around those. So yeah, hopefully that just helps everyone be fully aware of what's happening. Like I said, so the Tempest drop will be tomorrow. Make sure you're in our Discord. Make sure you're in Telegram. We'll be posting updates there as the day progresses, and we'll go from there. But yeah, probably if you've got any questions, Draz, we can sort of punch through those and go from there.
I think one of the most important questions was where's the secret ingredient for spaghetti bolognese?
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me find my secret ingredient.
Beer.
I mean, beer is the secret ingredient to everything, right?
Yeah, pretty well.
I can't remember how to spell it. There you go. I'll drop it in the chat. There you go. Just a tiny dash of char siu in your bolognese just takes it to a completely new level.
Char siu.
So it's like hoisin sauce, honey, soy, sherry, 5 spice. Just tiny little dash of that. It lasts forever too, so you just keep it in your keep it in your fridge. If you haven't made char siu before, it's actually really simple. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, it goes great with any sort of cold meat sandwiches. Yeah. And
nice.
May have been very, very intoxicated one night. May have thought I was grabbing the Worcestershire sauce. May have grabbed the wrong one. Realized it was really good, and kept it up from there.
History was made.
Pretty much.
Very nice.
And that's why I now have to go to the gym, 5 times a week to try and work that off.
Yeah.
All right. I can't actually delete individual comments. I can only ban Ash. So he's lucky. I won't ban him this time.
Yeah, that's right. All right. There seem to have been a few issues, I suppose, people sort of with the delays maybe for bridged bows and corns showing up. Is that an issue, or is that just what's going on there?
Yeah, we're taking a look at that today. There's obviously been some weird stuff with some of the endpoints we use on chain. The best advice I can give for those is to basically go in and just control F5, unlink your wallet, relink the wallet across, and they should show up. But yeah, when you actually, the whole point of doing the Rainiverse bows and coins is allow you to do things such as raffles, auctions, buying packs really quickly without having to pay gas every single time. Not as much of an issue, obviously, for anyone who's got their Rainy on BNB, but for Ethereum, it can get quite expensive, obviously, with gas fees. So it's just one way to sort of do that. But also on top of that as well, if you are the sort of person that maybe does own the Rainy token across multiple chains, it makes it really easy to sort of bring them all together and just spend out of that one centralized pool. Yeah, if you're having issues with that, yeah, best thing I can suggest is just Control F5 just to refresh fully and see how that goes. But yeah, if your bows and corns disappear from like the chain that you have them on, they will be there. You just have to refresh and they should show up. If you're having an issue with that, best bet, like the good thing is again with doing Rainy versus bows and corns is you can do that ahead of time. You don't have to worry about do that tomorrow morning while the mint's going on. So if you want to do that today, if you have any issues, just DM on DM myself or message in Telegram, and the team can take a look at those today.
When you're buying the packs tomorrow, should you be connected to, like in MetaMask, for example, should you be connected to the chain that you want to mint them on? Because that seemed to be a thing last time. If I was connected to BSC, for example, purchased, because I had an issue with quantities last time, but then I had an issue with BSC chain, it just dropped out. So I changed to ETH and I started purchasing on that one. They seem to be assigned to the chain that I'm connected to at the time for the minting process.
Yeah, I'll double check that. I believe the team's got that particular issue fixed. So
Okay.
it shouldn't actually assign them to a chain until you actually go to mint them out. Again, similar to how the raffle and auction packs worked for 7DS. But yeah, well, just double check that. If possible, if you are just connect to the chain that you want to mint them to. And yeah, if you're not really worried about which chain, obviously keep in mind that Avalanche will be one of the cheapest chains in terms of gas fees and such like that. So yeah.
Sure.
Here we go. I might take that question from George. He just popped up with the leaderboards.
Yep.
Yes. So the current plan is to basically do a couple of different leaderboards for players to sort of have different ways to compete. Once the game goes live. So the current plan, and like I said, we're still testing all this. This is still could change in the coming weeks. But the current plan is that there'll be what we're calling a ranked leaderboard and a casual leaderboard. Ranked is where you'll be basically using all of your like decks that you are building and designing yourselves, whereas the casual leaderboard is more aimed at theme decks. So more designed for like players who might be a little bit newer to the game and using decks that sort of have been designed for them. In addition to that, there'll be two different kinds of leaderboards that we're doing. There'll be a seasonal leaderboard as well as a eternal leaderboard. So seasonal leaderboards will reset every season, which outside of season 0 is planned to be every 3 months. So it's a really good way if someone maybe is coming back into the game or a bit newer, they've got that more short-term leaderboard to focus on. And then if you are if you want to claim that you are the best RTLOL player in the world, the eternal ranked leaderboard is where you will do that, because that will basically be your results throughout the history of RTLOL in that like more competitive ranked mode. So yeah, two different sets of time in relation to leaderboards, and then I guess the more serious and the more casual one. There will be rewards for both. So some players may choose to try and grind both of those out if they wish. But yeah, we're trying to sort of balance it out so that new players aren't just going to run into, Huncho or Mason on day one, but they could run into them, a week in or a bit later on as they get more into the game.
Nice. I bet there'll be a couple of people in here vying for that eternal championship.
Yeah,
for sure.
And obviously, we haven't announced the specific like rewards that we're doing for each sort of leaderboard, but it wouldn't be hard to assume that ranked eternal leaderboard is going to be where the majority of rewards are, if that is the most competitive of the leaderboards.
There wouldn't be is there a set date for game launch at the moment, or we're just waiting at the moment?
I know it's like my catchphrase, but we'll be announcing it very soon.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know it's just people are going to ask, obviously, but
for
that's
sure.
fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Believe me when I say we want to get the game out there just as much as you all do. The team is working very, very hard, doing some really amazing stuff behind the scenes. And yeah, if nothing else, we're hoping that the coming soon page on Epic will be live very, very soon as well. That's going through the approval process now. So as soon as that's up, you can at the very least go on wishlist and like follow the game on the Epic Game Store. But yeah, as soon as that's ready to go, we'll be screaming from the rooftops.
George has just asked, any card skins available after launch?
After launch, so we've discussed doing skins. We've discussed doing them actually for a bunch of different cards and different ways we would sort of distribute them. One of the interesting things you can do with skins, if you want to basically make sure that everyone can use them, is we would actually do skins for some like base cards that see a lot of play. So it'd be things like light infusions, recharge cards, and those sort of things. Because at the end of the day, like if we decide to do a skin, say for Quantum Rug, obviously that restricts who can actually use that skin quite heavily because not everyone will have access to mythics and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously base cards are a bit more, or everyone will have access to them from day one. But yeah, we're definitely looking at ways to do card skins and just ways to do cosmetics in general. So one of the things we will have at launch is card backs. So you'll be able to go in there and customize the back of your deck and what your opponent will see in your hand, which looks really cool. You can also set different card backs on a per deck basis. So it can be a really fun way to have different backs and use them across different decks, which is really cool. We're also planning on doing card backs as specific rewards. So in our system, we can actually like just drop. Be careful how I say this. Card backs to users because there's things we're working on the back end that we haven't announced yet. We'll be announcing very soon in how we actually can do that. And once that system is all in place, we could, for example, if someone wins a tournament hosted by our friends at Bloomint, we can drop them like a tournament champion card back or something of that nature. So yeah, there'll be lots of cool ways to do cosmetics and kind of customize how the game looks and feels for you. And obviously, anything we do along those lines, whether it be card backs, whether it be card skins, your opponents will see those as well.
I thought I was thinking card skins was the back, but what is a card skin then?
So when we say card skins, we're literally talking about doing like different art for the front of some cards. As I said, we're thinking primarily we'd be doing them for base cards. Just as a cool way to, the cards that you generally put in every deck. Like, maybe for example, we'll do a pass, we'll do some custom skins for the wizards. So you'll have, some different cool art on there. It's also a really fun way for us to highlight, emerging or new card artists as well. We might, have a really, a card artist that maybe has like a really unique style that maybe wouldn't suit, the cards we put across a full set. But we might do something where we can customize like just the wizards or just the light infusions or just do that more smaller set of cards. And as I said, focusing on the base cards makes it accessible to everyone without having to worry about like what cards someone would own. But yeah, as George said, it was focused on the back of the cards. Yes, that will be in at launch. So you'll be able to unlock different card backs to have on a per deck basis.
Nice. George is asking, what kind of daily quests will there be in the game, and will the quests be available at launch?
Yep. Yeah, quests will be in there at launch. There's a few. We're basically looking to start out relatively simple, and we'll ramp up because we can basically add more quests in as time goes on. The sort of quests that you'll have at launch will be the relatively straightforward, simple ones for players to understand. So there'll be like a first win of the day, win X games, those sort of ones. And then building up more towards once players are used to how the quest systems work, we'll be adding in more advanced ones. So it might be kill 20 minions, heal your hero for 50 HP, stuff like that. So there'll be a variety of just different things basically to unlock XP and coin rewards specifically on a daily basis. With your quests, the plan at this stage is that there'll be 3 given to you every 24 hours. So at this stage, they'll reset at midnight UTC, but you'll be able to lock quests. So that allows us to do quests that are maybe take longer or a little bit harder to do. So maybe we'll give you one where it's like I don't know. I wouldn't actually do this one, but as an example, attack chastity with lust 50 times. And that would have like a large like XP and coin reward. If that's one that you wanted to work towards, but you weren't able to do it, say in the span of a day, you can lock it, and then when we regenerate your quests the following day, that one will sit there until you choose to either unlock it or complete it. So yeah, it allows us to do. We'll try to give you a mix of like daily quests that can be completed relatively easily. So win a game, win 3 games, those sort of things. But then we'll have some other ones which are a bit more in depth, but we'll have significantly larger rewards there as well.
Nice. Mate, there's not a lot of questions floating through, but are you guys able to elaborate on potentially the Golden Chroma pack drop details? Is that something you can elaborate at the moment, Chris?
Yeah, we'll be posting
Or
some
not?
details on that today, so it'll be available before the mint tomorrow, so that you guys can have some more information to plan how you want to approach the mint. Just waiting to
Cool.
confirm something from our blockchain dev before I announce what that'll be. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you.
To answer George's new question, so we're not planning on having tournament functionality inside the game client itself at launch. It is something that we may look at doing at some point down the road. What we are doing though is there actually will be in the new menu, there'll be like a tournaments tab. And that will actually give you a list of all upcoming events with like a countdown, information, prize pools, who's running it, links to read about it, and stuff like that. The idea being that we want to keep running tournaments with Bluemint. We're chatting with some other organizations that host premier events as well. So we're trying to expand the total number of events that we're going to be holding. Some of our the communities that we're chatting to for launch promotion stuff will also be running their own events. So there'll be a lot of different things happening within RTLOL. And yeah, we wanted to basically make sure that within the client that everyone has access to a really easy page. It just has like it literally. Actually, let me see if I can find a screenshot actually. Where am I? I'm going there. Yeah, it will literally just give you a list of upcoming events, basically in a nice, easy to read fashion. And there'll be links from there to go and actually look at, like a link to go, to the Bluemint page, for example. So the idea being that, if you're ever trying to find out, what games are running this week, especially as we grow and we're running, tournaments and different, events across a variety of different platforms. And even when we're talking about things that may not be tournaments per se, we may, one of our, guilds or someone may decide they just want to do like a social night. And yeah, we'll have that sort of information in there as well. I don't know if we've got any screenshots handy. No, I don't think I do. But yeah, that will all be within the client itself. So you'll be able to easily go in there and see exactly what is coming up. And yeah, there'll be links in there that will take you straight to the relevant tournament page for registration and all that as well.
Nice. Right, there's not a lot of questions flowing through here, but the other day in the RTLOL community chat, you sort of dropped a little bit of info on where people were talking about obviously everyone will be able to unlock the cards through the soulbound process and things like that. And was there a flex for basically people who owned the cards?
Oh yeah,
to show that was pretty cool. I just thought.
I shared the video on Telegram.
Yeah, did yeah,
yeah.
So it's public sort of info. So
which channel did I drop that in? We have too many
RTLOL community chat.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, cool. Now give me a sec. I'll grab those and I'll share them.
But basically, people were asking, is there a flex for people who, to basically, so when you're playing the game, people can see that you actually own that NFT, or you've rented the faded version, that version of it. So in the game,
yeah, absolutely,
this will show up.
Yeah, like I said, I dropped this on Telegram. It's not 100% finished yet, so just take that with a grain of salt. Like we're still working on the effect itself, just to make sure it really looks good. But yeah, let me quickly share that and explain what it is. So if you are playing with a collectible card or a faded card in game, you'll see like the Satoshi down the bottom there has like a holographic effect. So you'll see that on the actual card itself for both you or your opponent, obviously. And then where's the other video? I think it's this one. Yeah, so it's like the actual border of the card itself has like a very subtle holographic effect as the card moves.
Nice.
Yeah. It's hard to sort of show it in a video, because like especially when you like drag the card out of your hand, like as the card moves around and that, and the light in game sort of hits it. It's a subtle effect, but it looks really good, and it's subtle, but it's very noticeable. So yeah, anyone who is just playing maybe with soulbound cards, or hasn't seen the collectibles and fadeds at this point in time, they'll definitely notice what you're playing with. It's a very cool effect. You will be able to turn that off. So if for whatever reason you don't want other players knowing that you're playing with collectible or faded cards, that's obviously completely up to you. And you will be able to disable it in the deck editor as well. Because yeah, if you've got a large collection of cards, you may just want to not have it on there. But yeah, very cool effect. Our VFX artist did a really awesome little job with that.
Yeah, very cool. Sort of mirrors a lot of the real world type cards, doesn't it? The special editions or something like that you see that have that extra.
Yeah, very
shiny
similar to like the Pokemon
holographic.
TCG, like their reverse hollows and stuff like that they do.
Yeah.
But no, they look really cool. And yeah, you'll obviously get to see them very, very soon. So yeah, the flow will basically be so on RTLOL.com, there's going to be a player profile page that we're launching very soon. It'll be ready before launch. We're putting the final touches on it now. You'll go on there. You actually log in on that page with your Epic Store details. So it actually connects to your Epic account directly, and then you can link your wallets across that contain cards, and then you'll see all those cards in game. And yeah, we poll your wallet basically at a few different times throughout the game. So when you go into the deck editor, we'll refresh it there. There'll be a refresh button in the deck editor as well. So for example, if you're building a deck and you're like, oh, I'm missing a Kitsune, and you jump on OpenSea and buy it there, that's in a wallet that is linked to the game, you just refresh the deck editor and it will refresh the thing and load up your collection. So you'll see it there. And then yeah, when you actually go into a game, we obviously check that the card is in your wallet at the start of the game, the end of the game, and we also check randomly throughout a game as well, just to make sure I mean, obviously for play and earn and style rewards, it's important for us to make sure that the NFT is there the whole way through. So yeah, we check at all different steps of the process. So if you are someone who is going to be playing with collectible or faded cards, but also an avid trader, just yeah, keep in mind that if for any reason if that NFT is not in your wallets every time we check, you won't be eligible for rewards for that particular game. So just yeah, something to keep in mind basically if you are trading a lot of cards or have cards moving back and forth. But we've got to obviously do that for competitive integrity reasons.
Sure. When will the Raini page be updated with the Tempest drop details?
That will be today. So
Today.
yeah, like I said, we're testing it on testnet at the moment. As soon as we're confident that it is good to go, and yeah, all the little bugs and that we found during Arthron, then yeah, we'll get that all live, so people will have plenty of time to get ready. And yeah, but obviously in the meantime, you can go to rainy.io/stake, and you can get your Rainiverse bows and corns ready to go. One thing I will mention, because I think I saw this come up in the overnight. Yeah, we do read every message on Telegram. Just it means when I wake up in the morning, I've got to go through a lot of a lot of messages. There won't be any mint fees specifically for any packs, but there obviously will be gas fees. So yeah, just make sure you've got tokens as appropriate for whichever chain you would like to be minting to, and yeah, it should be good to go.
Is there a fee when you purchase without minting? Does there any sort of fee on chain for that? So just basically, if load it up, add to cart, purchase, that's it, it's done. And then later on, when you mint, then the gas fees show up.
Yep. Yeah, we did it that way, basically to try and avoid the issue that happened the morning of the 7DS launch, where Ethereum went kind of nutty and gas prices went stupid. We would much rather people be able to like buy their Rainiverse packs and then mint them at a time where they're happy and comfortable with the gas price. It'd be kind of annoying if if you did have to pay stupid gas when you're minting packs, which are part of our like Rainy rewards program, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Definitely a way of the future to do these things. That's for sure, especially with the multiple chains and things like that.
Yep.
And being able to assign them, I suppose, afterwards to any chain you like is great too.
Yeah, like I said, just at the end of the day, we've said it many times. Our goal is that our players should be able to own their digital assets where they choose to own them. We're never going to be able to support every single blockchain for obvious reasons, but we'll always try to support like several to give you as much choice as we possibly can.
Just George has one question there. Not a question for Lords of Light, but will there be a Rainy Metaverse someday down the road?
That's an interesting question. Metaverse was kind of like the fad word of 2022. It sort of lost its appeal a little bit at the moment. You go back 12 to 24 months, and if you had a deck that had Web3, Metaverse, AI, you could basically just get funding from any VC without having much more than a deck and a dream. I mean, Chris, you want to take this one? I mean,
Yeah, it's one of the things that we've discussed internally quite a bit. I think if things progress well, we would like to have a way for you to, I guess, see all of your Rainiverse assets in one place, and then have more opportunities to form communities and stuff. So it's something that we're open to looking at once we get significant traction, but it's not a high priority right now. I think our main concern is just making sure RTLOL is as successful as possible. Depending on how successful the game is, that's gonna be the main thing that dictates how big we can go in terms of the broadness of building out the Rainiverse. And I would say that the metaverse is one of those options from there.
I will say at the very least that I have pre-ordered a MetaQuest 3, and we are registered trying to become beta developers for the Apple Vision Pro when that drops, because that's going to be ridiculously fun to play with when that comes out. But in no way, shape, or form is that me saying there'll be a Rainy game or product built around that. Just that's the new tech that's coming out that I think is going to drastically change how we interact online. So yeah, if you are interested in metaverse, I would have to assume you're interested in new things that are coming out. Definitely, Vision Pro I think needs to be at the top of your list of just like people are saying it's like, oh, it's the next iPhone. I don't think it's quite that level, but it's gonna have a very big impact on everyone. So yeah, definitely keep that on your radar. And just to answer George's question, yes. The plan at this stage is to get launch out of the way. Obviously, at that point, it allows us to turn our focus onto different areas, one of which is a mobile version of RTLOL. Keeping in mind that there'll be other things happening alongside that. So obviously, launching the game is obviously our current priority. Post-launch, there'll be other priorities that we still want to keep working on, such as adding new quests, adding achievements. We'll be looking at adding, we've got new sets coming out. Obviously, formations being the next major set. I'm starting some early design work on what the mini set after that will look like. So yeah, there'll still be new content dropping, but yeah, mobile is definitely still on our radar. And yeah,
Yeah,
we'd like to have it.
unlike the metaverse part, mobile is actually a very high priority. I think that for a game like RTLOL, mobile accessibility, portability is going to be one of those crucial factors to its success. So yeah, once we get full launch over and done with, this is going to be like one of our top priorities. So yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. I remember reading Hearthstone talking about they never really took off until they went mobile. And you can imagine, obviously, people with phones and tablets and on the bus and this and that, and entire countries, flicking their phones and playing against each other online would be fantastic.
Absolutely. I think also just mobile can be like a big job, but if we get the core game operating really well, then it's just adapting bits and pieces. So it's not as big as like building entire game from scratch. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, and I guess the thing as well, like there's two ways you can do a mobile version of a game. There's the lazy approach, which is where we just make it run on mobile and ship it out the door. Um, that's not going to be a great experience for anyone. And I hope over the past several years we've got the message across to our community that we're not looking to just half-ass something. If we're going to do it, we're not here to fuck spiders. Like we're going to do a really good job. We're going to make sure it's a quality product that we're happy to put our name on. Mobile is no different. So while it's a relatively simple process of getting the game running on a phone, there's still a lot of work around, the UI has to change. How do you select and drag cards? How do you making sure that we're not going to accidentally select the wrong card, make sure that the UX feels really good. There's a lot of things you have to do from a networking and backend perspective to make sure that the multiplayer framework can handle a mobile connection. Mobile is a lot less reliable than like a Wi-Fi or a wired like laptop or desktop connection. What happens if someone's playing on their phone and they're on a train and the train goes through a tunnel for 30 seconds? There's a lot of things to test and to build out around that. But yeah, I mean, mobile was my bread and butter for the better part of a decade, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting it out there.
Excellent. There's no other questions that I can see at the moment in any chats.
No, it's pretty much
right on time. Yeah.
We'll finish with a George question because it wouldn't be an AMA without a final question from George. If we reach 1 million active players, yes, we will be doing an AMA, but the camera crew will have to follow me to the beach in the Bahamas, and you all can, instead of drinking a coffee, you can watch me suck down a margarita while we do an AMA.
Slurring all the way through it.
Pretty
Happily.
much, yeah. Cool.
Nice.
But yeah, easy done. Good luck to everyone tomorrow in the mint. I hope you all crack auroras. Although if more than 200 people crack auroras, then we've got a really serious problem. No, that can't happen. Like, it's actually like the blockchain won't let that happen, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a good day, everyone, and we'll catch you next week for our next AMA.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Laters.
Thank you.